Hi, friends, and welcome to Talking with Famous People. My name, as you may know by now, is host Eric, and I'm the host of Talking with Famous People, the most exciting internet television program that's on television via the internet 24 hours a day, but only live some of the time. Today I want to talk about typologies, typological concerns, typologificationalism, and lots of other important things. What do you think about this picture I got here? This is a picture of a big water party in Wuhan, China, which I believe is also the source of ever popular COVID virus. Interestingly enough, maybe it was this party, this water party here, that caused COVID. Certainly not impossible to conceive of. Capture moments as they happen, stream markers or timestamps you can add while you're live. Huh. What do you know? What do you want to bet? Once again, no notifications. What do you want to bet? That's what I bet. If I were a betting man.
Yeah.
Justification is killing me. But killing isn't justified.
There you are.
Oh, I see. I'm not filling up the whole area, am I? There. Now I'm filling up the whole area. I think. Yes, now I am. Okay, so then I need
looks
to...
like you're just in a tube. Yeah.
I'm just hanging out down here with these guys. I can go over here, like so, as I get myself organized. Really should be a little bit better getting myself organized ahead of time, I guess. But what are you gonna do?
I love you.
I love you too, my special darling.
Aww.
There. I wonder if that's gonna update. Sometimes that updates, sometimes it doesn't. No, up, there we go. Hi there, Ryan Harrison. Hi, Running Fox.
Hey.
Good to see you all here present at the Typology Party. I hope you brought your swim trunks and your inner tube, because this is a water-themed Typology Party. As you can tell, it's a lot of people in one pool there. Oh. Creaky furniture.
It's because of the excitement
Yeah.
of the party.
Yeah. Party always gets my stomach churning. So I'm here today to field any typological questions. If anybody wants to ask me any typology questions. Don't drown is frowned upon. Okay. I'm a little gassy all of a sudden. Of course, it's typical that when I start streaming, it usually makes me have to poop. It seems to be a pretty strong correlation. Correlation of close to 1, but not quite. Maybe about actually 0.6. Still not bad as correlations go. It's been a while since I pulled a bong rip. Got a lot done this morning. I took Delilah to the airport. She's going to New York again this weekend to visit her friend April, who, like her friend June, was named after a month.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
June and April are the only ones that are like May.
Yeah, you could be May. You could also be August.
True.
I had an Uncle Augie.
Ah.
His name was August. You know, they used to name Roman emperors Augustus.
True.
It means, you're very august. What do you think are the first things someone needs to grasp in order to get typology? Functions? I think the first thing a person needs to grasp in order to get typology is what typology is attempting to do. So, it's attempting to explain why people have personalities that are persistent across time and why some people have personalities that are similar to others. So, for example, if the big five were going to explain why I'm similar to somebody else, they'd say, well, you have similar extroversion levels, you have similar whatever, right? But there'd be no explanation as to why it is that I'm similar to this person. Is it when they say, well, it's a complicated mix of genetics and nurture stuff, But typology says, no, actually, personality links to a configural matter. That people are configured in one of 16 possible ways when it comes to their paying attention habits. And so, getting that's the fundamental claim of typology is the first thing that people need to understand is that it's different than an attribute-based typological or personality model like Big Five. How many gallons of piss are in that picture? Probably quite a few, I would guess. Quite a few gallons. Say 700? Let me pull this bong rip and I'll be right back with you here.
Has a very Mr. Rogers feel to it.
What does?
Like the way that you're talking. Take this bong rip for a moment. I'll be right back with you.
Yeah.
Or like an NPR recording.
Yeah. So, I think that's a good question. I think maybe the best way to introduce... I'm going to go pee right now, which is why I'm standing over here. I think maybe the best way to introduce somebody to typology is to introduce them to the Big Five first and say, now, here's how psychology in its most, conventionally validated expression understands personality. It understands it as people have attributes and they've got, X amount or Y amount or Z amount of that attribute. The problem with this is that people don't really have attributes. They may behave in ways that are consistent with a given attribute description. So if I am always on time or early and always finish all my tasks, ahead of schedule and stuff, then you might say I'm conscientious. But the real question is, why am I conscientious? Or why am I more conscientious than somebody else? And does being more conscientious necessarily mean I'm less creative? Big Five doesn't even begin to address those kind of questions. Of course, being conscientious does necessarily mean you're less creative, because if you're spending your time attending to that which is already understood and known, that which you already have to you've already made decisions about, you already know you have to do, then you're not spending your time ideating about new stuff you might choose instead,
Yeah. That's very well put.
So I think that's a good place to start when it comes to talking about typology, is that drawing that distinction between an attribute-based approach and a configural approach. My water is running. That's actually the fish tank that you hear in the background there. It's because I need to put more water into it. If it's filled up all the way, you can't hear it because there's not a waterfall, But if it's not filled up all the way, as it gets emptier, as it gets more evaporated, Then it gets louder. Oh. Good golly, Miss Molly, as they say.
Good golly, Miss Molly. He's going on a pee.
Thank you for your patience. I have all my attention currently on urinating. So I have none left to spare for idle chit chat and other live stream appropriate activities.
I don't know if I should mention this, but I always feel better talking to you about it than like not. I noticed another one of my exes was stalking my Instagram. No communication, just stalkage.
Which one?
Evan,
What? Which?
ESFJ.
Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know.
You're welcome. I just feel like I feel better telling you. It's a personal thing.
I kind of like the idea of your exes stalking you. I mean, not really stalking, but I mean, you know.
Getting to see the life that I live now.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, there we go. I'm done urinating now, and I appreciate your patience because I understand that watching the Typology Party background here while I'm urinating off screen is probably not the most desirable content in the world to watch. But it might also be the case that now is not the most desirable time to live stream. I have currently 6 viewers, and it is 12 minutes in. That's pretty unusual.
Gosh. The songs.
The songs?
Yeah, they're stuck in my head again. The daddy.
Yeah, those songs are both good. I want to play something on the guitar, I think.
Yay! I want to get your songs in my head now.
Yeah.
Party.
Everyone is Asian at the Typology Party. You're right about that. This is out of tune. Well, anyway, I'm going to use a tuner here. Now the guitar is tuned. Now it's tuned like an important thing. What's going on? Well, Laura McGinley, what I'm about to do is play some songs on the guitar. Truth is Freedom, Florida. What is this? Well, I'm just sort of killing a little bit of time. I don't have a lot of people here at the moment. Nobody's asking any typology questions, so I decided to write a new national anthem for Scotland. Oh Scotland, nation of Scots, nations of Moors and Highlands, we've got a lot. Nation of Scotty dogs running around with their black fur and their black crown. High above the lowlands in Scotland. Oh, Scotland. I'm trying to get the levels not so hot. Gerald has a thought. Gerald has a lot. Gerald has a plot to get the margarine's tater tots. He's got a good idea for an ancient business, thinking now about what he'll call Christmas when they hire his firm to change that name. Well, I thought there'd be chance enough to return to the work left rough. He'd go back to it eventually, but his visions piled up and his plans would interrupt all the work that started off so hopefully. But now his mind is back on his business, thinking of changing factless to listless. So how all the people will shout his name. And Gerald knows he understands ever more clearly now. He won't provide explanation regarding the why or how. He'll see you and know you from inside your heart. Exciting, delighting, Gerald plays his part. But Gerald still knew there's too much to do, and he had dropped time in the underview. Too much to rebut, so where now and what? Too much time spent in picking the skew with you. Gerald has a thought. Gerald has a lot. Gerald has a plot to get the margarine's tasty spots. He's got a good idea for a name change of business, thinking now about what he'll call Christmas when they hire his firm to change that name. Gerald has a knot. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Ow. El Nino, my ass. You call those storms? Where is the rain? Those drizzles don't count, they call them all when I pee in the sink. That's just the right height to catch all of the undesired splatter. When I'm done, I'll go up there and climb a ladder. I will go up there, take me a bucket and pour water inside, and I'll say, hey Mr. Cloud, drop it from the bottom. Hey Mr. Cloud, won't you drop it from the bottom? Hey Mr. Cloud, drop it from the bottom on me. Thank you. I think I'm gonna play another song now. I'm gonna bring up a bit of music to look at here on the old Google Docs, as it's referred to sometimes. Ye old Google Docs. What's it called? The document I'm looking for is called Set List Bow Bet List. Oops. There it is. Set List Bow Bet List. Okay. Let me try this one. Santa Ana's from the east are blowing, driving on this mountain fire. Grant and Lana had best be going, they'd cut it down to the wire. Everywhere apocalypse hung heavy, and the truck was piling with ash. Lana got the dogs in the Chevy, and Grant grunted out their petty cash. And all around the steady face of civil life is melting. A tipping point, the human race had dug this hole we fell in. If times are ending, I have to scroll this down. My mistake. Let me go full screen. I won't have this problem. If times are ending, then time is bending. Flames raining down from the sky, while the dogs knock out with Grant exhausted. Lana stays awake to cry. 120 output Labor Day, and that means cooking meat outdoors. I got distracted and fire got away. From Bradford to Arcadia, they curse his name. Fire chased them west and down the incline until they reached the foothills below. Found a room cheap for the night online. At least now they had someplace to go. Tomorrow they'd evaluate their options now that their life had burned away. Lana's sister has a place in Laughlin. Wasn't really any more to say. If times are ending, then time is bending. Flames rain down from the sky, while the dogs knock out with Grant exhausted. Lana stays awake to cry. While the dogs knock out with Grant exhausted. Lana stays awake to cry. That's one I need to practice a lot. It's the newest song I have, and so I don't really know how to play it very well yet, but I'm getting there. 30,000 days, too many expectations, not even worth a damn. 30,000 nights, sleep off the intoxication, otherwise won't escape the plan. I've wasted half my days trying another's ways. Who can tell me my priorities? Is there anybody knows the key? 'Cause I'm tired of doing it wrong. I want direction and have all along. Wait until I know, or is that hesitation? Clarity's no good once your chance is gone. What I need to know is it's so below my station. I'm tired of doing it wrong. I've wasted half my days trying another's ways. Who can tell me my priorities? Is there anybody knows the key? 'Cause I think I'm doing it wrong. 'Cause I think I'm doing it wrong. 'Cause I think I'm doing it wrong. Doing it wrong. It's It's another fairly newish song I got to work on. It's like I don't necessarily know how to play my own songs very well. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Depends on the song. I don't have hardly any of them memorized. If starts on what? If D starts on D. If Jesus was people but absent of sin, he must then have struggled with regular men and women, of course. When they too were present, disciples all warily eyeing the lesson. If people were Jesus, they'd know what they think, and everyone's work would be true. And feelings once spoken would sit where they sink, and we'd all know just what to do. But people aren't Jesus once they're betrayed. Easy believing forever is lost. Baby, naivete is not to be saved. The wise pay a terrible cost. Does virtue require a rational take, or is virtue that's reasoned invariably fake? Does musing itself just distract from the flow, or is care better served by deliberate and slow? But people aren't Jesus once they're betrayed. Easy believing forever is lost. Very naivete is not to be saved, but the wise pay a terrible cost. The one you thought you knew acts like you never have met. The life you made for two has faded into regret. There's no one unshaken, we all have been shook, but being forsaken don't mean you're forsook. And though in the past we've been hung out to dry, we'll find them at last if we're willing to try. But people aren't Jesus once they're betrayed. Easy believing forever is lost. Very naivete is not to be saved, but the wise pay a terrible cost. Yeah, baby, naivete is not to be saved, but the wise pay a terrible cost. I played that reasonably well.
Yeah, that was great.
It's a little out of my vocal range, but, you know.
I thought you sounded good.
Thanks, darling.
You're welcome.
You're a sweetheart.
I don't mean just to say that. I'm saying it because I don't.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
You come outside, your arms are folded. I'm getting scolded for playing again. I wanna be as much as I can in terms of the man you want me to be. I gotta do what I gotta do. I'll include you in everything that I can. 'Cause I'm your man, and you're my girl. I mean my woman in the world. You are the one I will be with till my dying day. 'Cause I'm your man, and you're my girl. I mean my woman in the world. You are the one I will be with till my dying day. I want your belief, you want my attention. I've got invention going again. I wanna be as much as I can in terms of the man you want me to be. But Kimberly, please don't be mad at me. Though I made this song, 'cause I'm your man, and you're my girl. I mean my woman in the world. You are the one I will be with till my dying day. 'Cause I'm your man, and you're my girl. I mean my woman in the world. You are the one I will be with till my dying day. Etc. Well, that's about going to do it for playing songs today. Except, actually, I think I'm going to play one more here.
Can you do a cover?
Sure.
Can you do Anthony's song?
Sure. I will do Anthony's song as soon as right after I do this song.
Cool.
You're living on a time frame that I will never know. Alienation and humanity's soul. Imagine you a future after the collapse, returning to the urgency of isolated past. You're picturing community free of metaphysics, and you're hunting buffalo, and you're picking bread delicious. Knowledge of the seasons, wisdoms of old. Fires blazing in the night to keep away the cold. Hostility is kept at bay by what you think is in the way of life as children of the land, with an agave weatherman. Imagining a history that never could have been. You lecture at the college, advancement is a sin. Lamenting disconnection and every corporate act, asserting all your feelings and ignoring all the facts. Hostility is kept at bay by what you think is in the way of life as children of the land, with an agave weatherman. You find modernity just so banal. Wish you had been born any time but now, and your experience won't run afoul of exceptions you might unravel. You visualize nobility sipping on some port, where tribes of peaceful savages in beautiful comport. A few of history's people ever thusly did cavort, 'cause life was solitary, nasty, brutish, poor, and short. Hostility is kept at bay by what you think is in the way of life as children of the land, with an agave weatherman. With an agave weatherman. Okay, and the last song will be a cover. It will be Anthony's song by Billy Joel. I may actually want to play two Billy Joel songs now I think about it.
You have a good voice for Billy Joel songs.
Yeah, Billy Joel songs and I agree with each other. Grocery store, saving his pennies for someday. Mama Leone left a note on the door. She said, "Sonny, move out to the country. Working too hard can give you a heart attack. You ought to know by now. Who needs a house out in Hackensack? Is that all you get for the money? Well, it seems such a waste of time. That's what it's all about. Mama, if that's moving up, then I'm town, and the sergeant delirious walking the beat. At night he becomes a bartender and works at the stories down on Sullivan Street, across from the medical center. And he's trading in his Chevy for a Cadillac. You ought to know by now. It's broken neck. At least he can polish the fenders. And it seems such a waste of time, but that's what it's all about. Yeah, if that's moving up, then I'm moving out. Argue with the crazy man, you ought to know by now. Pay Uncle Sam the overtime. Is that all you get for the money? And if that's what you have in mind, yeah, if that's what it's all about, good, I'm moving up, 'cause I'm moving out. That's a good song. That's a good song. I want to play one more, though. I want to play the song that I find very natural, probably the most intuitive song in the world for me to play, frankly.
That's what I was really
It just
aiming for.
it's still rock and roll to me.
That's the one. I get those two mixed up sometimes. But you did a very good job anyway.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
What's the matter with the clothes I'm wearing? Can you tell that your tie's too wide? Maybe I should get some old tab collars. Welcome back to the edge of jive. Where have you been hiding out lately, honey? You can't dress trash until you spend a lot of money. Everybody's talking about the newest sound funny, but it's still rock and roll to me. What's the matter with the car I'm driving? Can't you tell that it's out of style? Should I get a set of white ball tires? Are you gonna cruise a miracle mile? Nowadays you can't be too sentimental. Your best bet's a true baby blue continental. Hot funk, cool punk, even if it's old junk, it's still rock and roll to me. It doesn't matter what they say in the papers, 'cause it's always been the same old scene. There's a new band in town and you can't get the sound from a story in a laugh, aimed at your average teen. I end it right there. My voice is kind of shot this morning.
You sound delicious.
Thanks, darling. I appreciate your kind regard. Okay, well, that was quite a lot of music playing there, for sure. Quite a lot.
Quite a lot, yeah.
So, I don't know if that drove away everybody or not, but let me see if I can get to that thing that I'm looking for here. This thing. 12 concurrent viewers. Well, that's twice as many as I had when I started playing guitar, so that's pretty good.
That's good.
I will address any kind of typology questions anybody wants right now to ask, if they're so inclined. This is after all the Typology Party. I don't know if you saw. You didn't get a notification for this. That doesn't surprise me. I put a premiere up not long before this, and I don't know. I never can figure that shit out. That's always a wonderful mystery of learning for me. If you love learning wonderful mysterious things, you know what I'm talking about.
What do you called Kitty entitled?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was just thinking about how many places she has to sleep now. She gets to sleep here if she wants to, but if you come out at night, then she gets to sleep in the bedroom, and then she has her pick of where she wants to sleep in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm. Why are ESTJs the best type? If you were going to make the argument that ESTJs are the best type, you'd say they're handling everybody else's shit who is irresponsible. You know? They're taking care of stuff when irresponsible intuitives can't. Could you flesh out the teamwork dynamics of functions? The teamwork dynamics of functions? I'm not sure what you mean. You mean the way the functions work together with each other? In conjunction within a single person, or the way that people of different types and different values complement each other? Which type would show up latest to a party? Probably ESTP.
Delilah was laughing because April said that she was the most responsible friend that she's ever had, or something like that. Or the most.
Well, Rachel's in trouble then.
And Delilah posted LOL. I don't know where she gets this from. I'm one of the least like she's always late.
She was late this morning.
Oh God.
Oh, it's fine. I took the time to fill up the car with gas. Objectively informed intuition. Well, I mean, that would be intuition that tries to make singular determinations without referring to particularist considerations. That would be objectively... Well, I mean, not necessarily. If you say objectively informed, that particular expression is an odd one, but in that case, you would just say anything that's informed by objective considerations, not necessarily defined by them. So, you know, it's not like people are absolutely uniform generally in their approach. The exception to that is when it comes to the polar and the tool. People are pretty absolutely uniform in general in their approach with their tool over the polar. It's some sort of massive water party they held in Wuhan, China. Making correct determinations without 100% of the data, or making determinations. Look, I mean, there's a number of different ways I talk about introverted intuition, which is to say it's a matter of determinants, which is to say if there's 5 different factors in a matter under consideration, some of the times it's a confluence of those 5 factors, but sometimes one factor outweighs the others or has a significance vector that makes the others fundamentally moot in determining the status of a given thing. So
now we have 2 peahens.
Did the peahen just chase Pee-Pee away? Was that Pee-Pee that she chased away?
No, it ran away.
Oh no, she's got babies.
Where?
There are baby peacocks out there. Yeah, that's what it was. It wasn't the cat, it was a baby peacock. You want to feed them, huh? So they're babies.
I'll feed them, sure.
NI-DOMs are better at finding the universal truths of that data. Well, I mean, the thing is, one of the great things about being a highly metaphysical type like an ENTP or an INFJ is we get seriously empowered by metaphysical tools like typology. So, like my capacity to learn and apply abstractions is very high, and it allows me to open up my perspective in ways that that less metaphysical types are probably less opened up by, you know? But it's hard to say exactly. I know that this particular metaframe tends to be encompassing when understanding or talking about, I guess, human behavior, which is kind of like a main topic in life, you could say. There. That's a little bit better. Okay, so TI plus SE cross-checked by NI is informed intuition. What?
There's like
seven babies or what?
There's like 7 peacocks.
If you want to feed them, feed them. I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. Everybody has intuition, okay? And it's just a matter of how deft you are with a given function. So my dad has introverted intuition, and it's terrible. So if two things link in time, or things are coincidental or incidental to each other, but have an apparent link, he will leap to the conclusion that they're related. For example, one time, like, the gate was open when he had left it closed or something, and he drew this weird conclusion about the neighbor kid playing a trick on him or something, even though the neighbor kid is like in college and goes to Berkeley. You know, it was weird. But he's always drawing odd conclusions from data that might appear on the surface to link, but really doesn't link. Pretty clearly doesn't link, but his NI polar doesn't let him recognize that. Examples of things that TE Dom would enjoy as a result of implicit absolute value TE. Well, I mean, they like solving problems. My dad likes going to the store and getting a really good deal on some steaks and then giving it to me and Rachel because he's not eating steak right now because he's on a diet for some reason. This is my dad his whole life. He goes on little diets periodically and says, I'm putting on too much weight. And, you know.
Yeah, ESTJs do that. My mom does that too. She's very conscious of her weight.
It's true, Cloud. You can run circles around INTJs and INFJs with your legs. This is a party and a celebration. Half celebration, half rave, half quinceañera. You are fashionably late? Who's unfashionably late? That's a good question. I'm going to say ISFPs. ISFPs are unfashionably late to everything. Only don't put too much faith in that young fellow. Okay? People give him a lot of whoop-de-wows and a lot of reach-arounds and a lot of eagle-yows, but he's not, you know. It's like studying Darwin to understand evolution. I'm such a rakish rapscallion. Team player functions. So you mean like which function? I mean, FE is the team player function. FE is all about, you know. I mean, what's part of being an FETI user is there's two kinds of sentences. One is like, I'm not fussy. I'm a team player. I'm not going to have a problem. I'm worried about those fussy people over there. And the other is, those people can worry about their emotions. I'm worrying about how I feel about this because that's what's most important to me. And those are very distinct worlds. Team player, that's an FE thing. It's an FETI thing. It's like fairness plus showing that you're not a taker. Like you don't want to take more from a social thing than you get in return. And that's maximally realized in third slot FE. Like one of the sort of, I guess, FE unfairnesses of ENTPs, ESTPs is they don't ever want to receive favors. They always want to be the one to be giving them. They don't ever want to be beholden to anybody. And that's kind of not being a team player. A real team player recognizes the fact that other people deserve a turn at being generous too, you know? I mean, the thing is, TE is also rather team playery because it is an interface function, which is to say it's about managing dynamic rather than static systems. What is...
Okay. We can't have... I'm scared there's going to be a jungle in
Okay,
our...
why don't we shoo them away then?
Okay.
You can squirt them with the hose if you'd like.
I'll chase them, I don't mind. I'm like an old Italian lady in that way.
You get out of here.
Get out of here, scram!
Good.
Scoodle.
FI, what's best for me, what's best for everyone? No, FE is not what's best for everyone. FE is about it's about how is action X, be it somebody else's or your own, words or behaviors, how is instance X going to be impacting the dynamic system of social engagement, which is a different thing than what's best for everyone. FI is not just what's best for me, but I mean, it seems reductive to just say FI is purely selfish like that. FI does tap into a fundamental mammalian quality, right? Like, if you want to look at proto-FI, you look at animals have FI. An animal mother has an FI towards her babies. If a person prefers doing their work solo instead of with a group, what does that make them? Nothing necessarily. I mean, it's like I prefer working in a group, but I prefer not working really collaboratively. So it's a complicated question, that how you like to work thing. I like to have people watch me work. I don't really necessarily want a cooperative endeavor. I mean, the thing is, it depends on what I'm making too. It's like there's the reality that certain things that you make are subject to abject failure because they're made by committee. Other things are more prone to successfully being made by committee. Well, I mean, it depends on what you're gifted at, of course, Cloud. It's like if you're a gifted movie director, then you're probably not working alone, right? That experience of feeling like others drag you down is something that people have in school a lot, you know? Like, a lot of the students who do particularly well really don't like group assignments because they feel as though they have to carry the weight and the other members of the group drag them down. Well, I mean, that's a funny thing to say, Cloud. The movie director does that because he has to, not because he likes to. I mean, if you're directing movies, then presumably you understand that you're managing the dynamic system of other people, right? And organizational stuff. Communication with others is slowing you down. Okay, well, that's true, Cloud, in a universe where words don't matter. Yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of performance type things that people obviously would prefer to have an audience for. That's a little different than working alone, I guess. Have you ever heard of John Brinkus from Sports Science? No, I have not heard of him. you suggesting we emulate Jeff Bezos? Crowd. Is that a good way to be? I mean, it's a good way to be for people who don't care about talking very much. I mean, I don't like meetings either. Don't get me wrong. Meetings typically are a challenge, especially if there's not a clear person in charge. Meetings can be very much of a challenge. I don't know if we're going to do a Halloween live stream or not. I would guess probably not. I mean, not super Halloween-y anyway. But we might be around, you know. I think, one EHP I think is an EHP is Janine Garofalo. I think she's an EHP. Originality thrives in seclusion, free of outside influences beating upon us to cripple the creative mind. Be alone, that is the secret of invention. Be alone, that is when ideas are born. Tesla. Well, I mean, that's Tesla, just displaying his function bias, of course. That's true for an NI DOM, but it's not true for me. I have a lot of my best ideas are born of responding to comments like yours, Cloud, where I go, okay, Cloud's saying something ridiculous, but why exactly is it ridiculous? I need to figure out why. It's absolutely not true for an NE DOM that originality thrives in seclusion. Not that it can't. The thing is, it depends. It depends on what you're working on, right? Obviously, when I make music, I work entirely by myself. So, I spend many, many hours crafting a track. But other things are ideationally different. Some things are different than other things, Cloud. You want everything to just be the same. That's some refreshing marijuana, I gotta say. I feel refreshed and refined. I feel like a refined gentleman.
I'm a person in a float.
Yep, you can tell by my wave. There is literally no difference between thing A and thing B. Yes, there is. A is on one of them and B is on the other one.
Do you think maybe for Halloween, we can go to a place and I get cat ears, and then I can wear this kind of outfit and just have the cat ears and a tail? I think that's
sure.
So easy.
Sure. If we want to have some sort of costumey thing, sure. No problem.
It doesn't have to be a we thing. It could just be me dressing up because I love the holiday. You don't have to do ish. We don't have to. I like to dress up on Halloween.
I don't think Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was a. Don't there's no sorries in collaboration. Okay, it's like Frisbee. Are you familiar with the no sorries in Frisbee rule? You can't say sorry when you throw it wrong. I was actually thinking about contacting you and saying, how about instead of messing with that random track thing, I still don't have a good recording that I'm satisfied with of the most recent song that I've written. Why don't I send you the parts to that and let you go from there, just the guitar and the vocals of that, at a certain BPM. Because then it has an arrangement already built in, Did we Zoom last night?
Did you?
Last night I went to bed really early because I had to take Delilah to the airport this morning she told me she was going to be here at 4:45, but she didn't get here till 5:15. Typical Delilah. Meanwhile, I got up at like 3 a.m. because it was just like knowing that I had to get up. You know how that is when you know you have to get up early. But also because I knew that when I did meet up with her, I would get Adderall. So I was like, okay. I started feeling like drug sweats last night before I went to bed even. And then after I got back from the airport this morning, I successfully completed that video that I wanted to make out of our cemetery visit. And I think it came out pretty damn good. It seemed like a nice, pleasant video, you know.
I think Pete is showing his dominance of the place.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Go, Pete, go. I'm on your team, bro.
Okay, on your team. Sure. That's fine, utter self. That's what you say. But if I were to send you the stuff, you might realize I'm stuck on that one. This is really be very quick. I've got this result. Your temperament is sanguine. I think my temperament's sanguine too. Somebody told me that. Winston's mom knows about that.
Winston's mom, what would you say my temperament is?
Am I sanguine? Do I remember correctly?
I think I was sanguine too. And then I was second phlegmic.
Phlegmatic?
Phlegmatic. I was first sanguine, then I was phlegmatic. Which would make sense for his type 7. Yeah, Pete, you're the dude. You're the one who we food. I don't want to be in charge of the other peacocks. There's too many of them. I was just feeling bad for the baby.
I tell you, these peacocks, they have babies all year round, it seems
I
like.
know! I was expecting a baby now.
There may be in the middle of the winter a brief period of time when they don't have babies, but like there have been babies for many months now. At least like 4 or 5 months, it seems like.
Yeah.
And it's not like they all started babies 4 months ago and now they're all almost grown up. It's like they start, you know, like these ones here are little babies. They obviously relatively recently hatched. So there's a long hatching period for the peacocks around here. You're phlegmatic sanguine?
Who?
Benjamin Bailey. Okay, so I think I'm sanguine. I think I'm a very social person who likes to be with people.
Oh, I thought that was more like temperament, like happy. Phlegmatic is just like meh.
Phlegmatic is meh?
Mm-hmm.
What's the other choices? Choleric is what? Angry?
Choleric is, yeah, because they're confrontational but sad.
Confrontational but sad?
Mm-hmm.
What's the other one?
I think...
Melancholic? Okay, well, I think I'm sanguine and choleric, but I don't think that I'm sad. I think melancholic is sad, right?
Phlegmatic.
You're meh?
Yeah, when I'm at most, I'm happy, but then, like, when I start, like, not, like, I could be like, oh, my parents are divorced, like, meh, like, whatever. You know? Like, I stop caring about things.
Yeah. I get more confrontational, maybe.
Yeah.
Melancholics have a very sensitive emotional nature. Feelings dominate their being. Sometimes moods will lift them to extreme highs. Other times they'll be gloomy and depressed. I'm not melancholics.
I'm getting these peacocks bothering me. Alright. Are you a part of Pete's group? Who are you?
I'm gonna go Sancho. I'm Sancho. Winnie the Pooh is phlegmatic. What's Piglet? Is Piglet phlegmatic? What about Eeyore? Is he melancholic? And what about Tigger? Is he sanguine? The wonderful thing about Tigger is Tigger's a wonderful thing. His hops are made out of rubber. His bottoms are made out of spring. He's bouncy, 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 fun. The wonderful, wonderful thing about Tigger is I'm the only one. I'm the only one.
That's such a great song.
That was like my first ever favorite song or something. I remember, like, the first song I remember really liking a lot when I had the Winnie the Pooh record. OSPP for temperaments test. Let's take the test right now. Yeah. OSPP for temperaments test. Let's take the test right now. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to put it on display so everybody can see. Hooray. Here we go. Window. Add window. Capture. They're just chasing the peacocks away. There we go. There's your window capture. What you're going to see behind me here is what's known as your window capture. All right. Let's see what we can see when we go down and take this test here. All right. Playing window capture, a game that everyone can enjoy. Okay, let's see. Begin assessment. The good life is a peaceful life. Yeah. I try to outdo others. Yeah. I make friends easily. Yeah. I like when people are scared of me. No. I feel my anxiety overwhelms me. No. I feel attacked by others. I don't care much when people insult me. Yeah. I radiate joy. Do I radiate joy? You know what? I should go back to the beginning of this and have you guys answer for me. What do you think? Do I radiate joy? What should I say? I agree. I radiate joy. I've had a dramatic falling out with a friend. I have had one, but it wasn't on my terms. It was unfortunate, but it wasn't because of me. I'm going to say neutral. I am the life of the party. Neutral. I try to please everyone. Disagree. I feel comfortable with myself. I have a strong need for power. No. I seldom feel blue. I make people feel welcome. Neutral. Tend to feel very hopeless. No. I prefer variety to routine. Meh. I dance when I'm alone. Yeah. I dance when other people are around too. I boss people around? No, I don't boss people around. Occasionally. I experience my emotions intensely. Yeah, but just for a short period of time. I'll put neutral. I seldom get mad. Disagree. I agree. It takes a lot of abuse to get me angry. No. I'm relaxed most of the time. Yeah. You have completed the test. Sure, I'll answer your questions for research for 3 to 6 more minutes. I take naps when I get stressed out. Strongly agree. I really like dancing. Yeah. In the middle. I live to attend live music. Oh no, wait. I own many pillows. Agree. I like to attend live music. Not really. I post positive comments on my friends' social media updates. No. I sometimes ruin my own jokes by laughing in the middle of them. Well, no. I don't tend to ruin my own jokes. I've kept it personal. Sometimes I do, if it's really funny. Then it's so funny I don't care, though. I enjoy sitting near flowers. I enjoy sitting near flowers? What kind of a question is
I
that?
don't know.
I enjoy sitting near flowers. Neutral. I've kept a personal journal. Not really. I have purchased items that make my environment smell good, like candles. No. I've thought about dyeing my hair. I mean, once a long, long time ago. I'm interested in ballet shows. No. I think horoscopes are fun. Not really. I ask people what their favorite color is. No. Why would I do that? I take lots of pictures of my activities. Yes. I would be interested in having my fortune told. Yes. Even though I don't think horoscopes are fun. I'm contradictory in that regard. I have looked up for how to care for my houseplants. No. Play a musical instrument. Yes. I leave nice notes for people now and then. Neutral every once in a while, maybe. When I was a child, put on fake concerts and plays with my friends. Yeah, maybe. I bake sweets just for myself. No. I use more than one color of pen when I write. Yeah. Sometimes. I decorate my things. No. I give people hand jobs. Oops, I mean handmade gifts. Disagree. I jump up and down in excitement sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. I wear a blanket around the house. No. If I get in an argument, my chest feels tight. My chest feels tight. No. I don't know what happens, but it's not that. What is my age in years? 49. I'm glad you asked instead of in months. That would have been harder. What is my gender? I'm a man. What is my height? I am 6 foot, 4 inches, and centimeters tall. Can we use? Yes, you can. I'm sanguine and phlegmatic.
Say, we're just saying.
But I'm almost a little bit of choleric too.
Can I take that after you? Well, it doesn't have to be now.
Sure, you want to take it? Take it now.
Cool.
You don't have to answer the extra questions.
I can take it on my laptop.
Okay. What's not a question you neutral answer? The Tao of Pooh beats the Tao because everything we need to... I've read the Tao of Pooh before. I'm sure it was some NI claptrap. I too get to express my cognitive function bias. It's not just all of everybody else all the time, okay? That's why I brought this pool party to the scene today. Oh, there's another one. Should I type police somebody right now? Who is it going to type police? The guy that I typed that says he's something other than what he is. What was homie's name again? Who was that guy I was going to type?
Oh, someone with a P. Oh, type police?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember.
Try dynamite. Meow, 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 meow. Where's my hat? I mean, where's my sunglasses? I got my hat on.
Where are your sunglasses? Did you leave them in the car?
I might have.
You could use mine. Ray-Bans.
What is more appropriate anyway? We never fixed this. Huh?
No.
Did you
But
still have the
it's-
thing?
Yeah.
You should try using some like glue.
I did.
Didn't work?
It didn't.
Oh.
It lasted for a long time.
Well.
Then my the use of it. But it doesn't hurt anymore. You know?
DJ Granville, that's right. Thanks, Ethan McDonald.
Woohoo!
You remember.
Hi, Kitty Wonderpants. You're the kitty of our. You're the baby of our family. Yes.
Okay, DJ Granville it is. Okay, I'm going to be so nice today too. And you're going to see a nice Sergeant Eric. Okay, here we go. Today we're going to type police a gentleman by the name of DJ Granville.
Oh, coffee kitty. Look at you. New coat coming in.
Okay. So what type does he say he is? Well, let's see. Do you have any playlists? Huh.
What's up, guys? This is DJ back with another video. So, so today, obviously, I wanted to talk about the INFJ, and I wanted to just talk about the cognitive functions that make up INFJs, and just talk about them and my thoughts about them. So. Okay, how do I want to start this? Because I already made a video, but it didn't upload for whatever reason, so we're going to do it here. So let's just go through the cognitive functions of INFJs. So they start off with NI, which is their dominant function, their auxiliary function. Their second slot is FE, extroverted feeling. Their third slot, or tertiary function, is introverted thinking, TI, and their last function, their inferior function, is SE, extroverted sensation, or extroverted sensing. So one thing that I've noticed from analyzing the INFJ is that they have really gifted introverted intuition. They're really good at projecting future events, likely future events, and because of that, they are
Okay, so what type does this guy say he is? This is a pain in the ass dealing with all this OBS stuff. What type does this guy say he is? Anybody know the answer to this important question? This doesn't seem to be working properly. I need to put this one up here. And I need to put this one up here. Wait, this? God damn it. This is such a pain in the ass. There. This. Okay, now. Okay, so he says he's ENTJ. Okay, it's pretty important that he have a clear declaration of what type he is, right? So I agree. He's very slow in his delivery. Okay. Well, let me watch some more of his stuff sped up a bit.
Sometimes they can see into things that may not actually come into fruition and kind of overanalyze or project their perceptions of patterns that could potentially happen. And the reason being is because some people have no notion that introverted sensation or introverted SI is the only function of recalling past information. That's just not true. Both NI and SI alike recall past information, but we do it in two different ways and there's two different reasons for that. And functionality wise, they're different. So SI recalls past information in a lot more of a systematic black and white fashion. And the role of introverted sensation SI is to examine the present moment and recall similar past experiences and try to implement that in the present moment because it has proven to work in the past. So they're constantly referring to past experience. But the way that NI works is NI recalls the past in more of a comprehensive way. It seeks to understand the whole synopsis of an event and to extract the pattern that was within the event in order to determine alike patterns in the future and likelihood of those patterns reoccurring. And so an NI user, like an INFJ, let's say they're going somewhere, they're going to some event happens to them. So the way their NI works is they see the event, they experience the event, and they're recalling a similar event. But it's for the end of looking past the current event because they're trying to use the past in order to extract past experiences.
Okay, well, so far he seems to be making fine enough sense about NI. I mean, he's not saying anything that I disagree with so far. Maybe he'll start shortly. That doesn't tell me much about his type. Let me let this go a little while longer, and then I'll switch to a different video.
Patterns within those experiences to almost project beyond the present. So they'll go out in some place and say, okay, this has happened to me before, and I know how this is going to turn out. I know the likely result of this event because I've experienced it in the pattern that I've experienced numerous times. This is the pattern that has led to this conclusion, and so it's almost like it's a foreshadowing. So, but one thing I've noticed with introverted intuitors, whether they use NI in the first or second slot, predominantly INFJs, sometimes they feel very confident in their conclusions or assumptions because of patterns in the past. So it's really hard to convince an NI user that something's not necessarily going to occur the way that they experienced in the past. It's like, no, it could go different, and your projections might be wrong. That's quite possible. And so, yeah, I've realized that INFJs using introverted intuition in their dominant function can sometimes overextend their probabilities and their projections to where sometimes they see into things and see into people's motivations that aren't necessarily true, and they're highly convinced of them. Not that that's not that can also work in their favor because a lot of their projections and their intuitions are often right. But that doesn't mean that you always infer the end to be true without absent of present data in order to conclude that. So even though the INFJ functions without necessary data in order to conclude certain intuitive. What's up, guys? I'm back from my video. I'm outside, obviously, and I want to talk about the difference. Sorry if I'm super dark and you can't see me. I want to talk about the difference between ENTJs and ESTJs. I've been making a lot of Enneagram videos because that's what I've been diving into more right now, just recently. But yeah, I want to talk about the difference cognitively between these two types. My dad's an ESTJ, and I'm an ENTJ. He's an 8 with a 9 wing, I'm an 8 with a 7 wing, and you can just imagine the dynamics between those two types. Both very proud, both very challenging and difficult to deal with. Both are ignorant of our emotional parts of ourselves. We both don't take a lot of time to, and he might be in a different place in terms of developing his feelings and understanding the origin of where
this is double time.
Come from. But
This guy's incredibly slow, but
different in other ways. And I want to talk about that and the difference. So we both lead with TE, obviously. So we stress efficiency and very matter of fact, both very blunt. But it's funny because the divide is his need to micromanage things due to his introverted sensing, and the conventionality aspect of who he is shines in that part of him where I don't really care that much about the details. And this is just my TE and my SE. And at least with objective personality, I was typed as TE SE jumper. So my motive is get the end goal, accomplish it, and press forward to arrive at it in a forceful way. It doesn't really make a difference about how you get there per se, as long as you get there.
Okay, well, I'm not. I apparently I've typed him before. Is this correct? Does anybody know what I typed him as? But right now, I'm not getting a clear read on him in any particular way. He's going so slow. That's double time. That's double speed. I typed him ESFP. He doesn't sound like an ESFP in this video. But let's see about this one.
What's up, guys? I'm back with another video, and today I wanted to talk about how rationals exist within social interaction, and yeah, like the NT temperament, how they do in social interactions, and what that might look like. And obviously, this is very general because this is encompassing in the rational temperament, being the ENTJ, the INTJ, the ENTP, and INTP. So they have different functions. Obviously, the NTJs prefer TE and NI, whereas the NTPs prefer TI and NE. But they also have a very similar interest in dialogue content. I guess they want to have some type of intellectually stimulating conversation. And I've noticed that within myself, it might be different for well, it is different from NTJs and NTPs. But I've noticed for me, being ENTJ, leading with TI or TE and NI, I like having deep conversations that require me to articulate certain thoughts and viewpoints and to rationalize my thoughts in a way that makes sense. And what happens usually in a really edifying conversation for me is one that challenges me to almost challenge the other person and almost leaving as if I have gained a refined perspective or a more mature way of thinking about things. And this might just be an ENTJ, INTJ thing, but because the function of TE and NI is gonna look different in social interactions than it would TI and NE. TI and NE might find it more difficult to interact with people because they're more the function of TI and NE is just more, I don't even know how to explain it. I guess it's more subjective in a way, but that's probably not even the best way to describe it. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I think NTJs. I'm going to try to differentiate NTJs in social interaction and NTPs. But so NTJs actually have a capability of being somewhat crafty in social interactions when they learn to, for an ENTJ at least, they learn to kind of utilize other aspects of their functions. For me, when I use NI a lot. I've noticed that I have a pretty well developed NI, so I'm constantly using that, obviously. But and I've noticed that my NI is always trying to seek some type of essential meaning to something we're talking about. So if I'm having a conversation with someone, I want to incorporate some type of perspective and some type of deeper analysis of what we're talking about. But it's for an end goal. That's what the TE tries to bring the subconscious, almost existential analysis of some type of conversation and bring order to in applicability into the real world. So it's trying to bring out that NI analyzing function to kind of or searching function.
Okay, at this point, I think it's important that I articulate something that I should probably do at the beginning of every Type Police episode. What I am checking to do is to see if this person presents enough evidence to arrest him for not being the type he claims to be. So far in these videos, I'm going to say no. He does not present enough evidence for me to arrest him and put him in type jail for not being an ENTJ. Now, but I would also point out that this drives home the critical component of typing somebody. You cannot rely on a video to type somebody. You have to actually ask them questions and push on their weak spots to reveal them. If you don't do that, then like somebody here in the chat said, it's certainly Tristan Ortiz says being rational does not mean one is not an ESFP. He's no Einstein. People can put on an act quite well. Well, that may be the case. I don't know about the no Einstein part or not, but the point is, even if it is the case that he's an ESFP, my job here as Sergeant Host Eric on the Type Police is to determine if he's guilty of a type crime, namely misrepresenting himself in his videos as ENTJs when he's clearly not. Well, I don't think I have enough evidence to arrest him yet. I'm going to watch some more. So, well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm interested in everybody's thoughts here. If he's acting as an NTJ, then he deserves an Oscar. I don't know what he is. I mean, this is the thing, the man. It's something I've said many times before. It's not like it's just me pulling a move here on you. I've said it many, many times before. Type Police is not does not afford me the capacity to accurately type people. Just as I can't accurately type people from the chat usually. Now, if somebody's around for a really long time and is fairly consistent in their affect, it can be possible to. No, I have been informed that I typed him. I don't necessarily remember typing him per se, but I don't remember the session, but I am aware that I've typed him. Yes. The point I'm trying to make is that what I'm trying to do here is to see if in his videos there's sufficient evidence for me to arrest him for a type crime, and thus far I'm not seeing sufficient evidence to arrest him for a type crime. So he may have tested TI Polar, but I can't take evidence that Sergeant Host Eric didn't. First of all, Host Eric doesn't cooperate with the type police. He's kind of like one of those, difficult kind of people, I guess, in that regard. So what I'm saying is that Sergeant Host Eric therefore cannot access that evidence and use it to throw this person in type jail. I think I already did, didn't I? Didn't I already type police Dave superpowers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did.
I did. So, okay, I know you want some juice, but I don't know what to tell you, Cloud. The fact is, I don't think I have enough evidence here, but I'm going to watch a little bit more, see if he says a few more things here that maybe can cause me to have some good cause for doubt, It seems like he's just explaining stuff he's learned, mostly.
Yo, I'm back with another video, and this is kind of impromptu, but I wanted to get on here so I'm able to process some of the things I've been working in my mind about typology. But so I've been studying the ENTJ a little bit more. I've been watching a lot of videos from ENTJs talk about themselves and talk about typology, and then I have been studying other interviews from ENTJs, and just I've been really trying to see how they in the moment process information. I'm not really big on the visual typing method where people type people based upon like physical cues or body language. I think some of that leads to more subjective ways of typing people, but there is something to it. But I just don't think there's enough to objectively say that this is how all ENTJs behave. But obviously, that in and of itself would be a flawed way of typing people or making a blanket statement. But so the one video I watched, it was about Steve Jobs, who many people think he was. Some people think he was an INTJ, others think he was an ENTJ. Regardless, he definitely had TE, NI, SE, FI in some capacity in his first 4 cognitive functions. But I was just watching this guy make an argument that he is an ENTJ, and he talked about how he processes information, how he leads with extroverted thinking, and that he is he's thinking out loud and trying to construct his words in a very organized outward way, where he's
Okay, well, here's the bottom line, DJ Granville. You're free to go, sir. I just do not see enough here to arrest you for any typological crime. Whatever Host Eric has to say about your so-called tests and stuff, that's not probable cause here among the type police. So, you, sir, are free to go. Maybe I'll make a type police episode out of that one. Fairly dull, but we'll see. If I edit it short, it might be entertaining enough.
People still like it. Like type police, they'll check it out because of that. They like type police.
I don't think Ben Shapiro self-identifies as a type, does he?
Ben Shapiro? I don't think so.
I don't think he does. Okay, I think I am about ready to stop streaming now. Maybe I'll cut a video out of that last thing. Thank you all for being here, and don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.
Cheese!
That's right, cheese. Goodbye.